Hi everyone, and welcome back to my hologram. Still in this beautiful month of May of 2024. I hope everybody's doing well. Here the weather is just perfect, gorgeous. We had some, rain, but again, the soil needs it, and it was just like a perfect rain, or 2 days of rain. Where of course lots of cleansing, clearing, purification is happening, okay, on that weather level or energy level. And of course here those who are doing the inner work, transformational work, right, is a must. Some saging, cleansing, clearing, purification, and it's part of that energy hygiene. Like I had the Guardian Ascension protocol, right? The 12-day shielding, the unity vow. Yesterday, actually, I did three meditations. That was with Sandra Walter. We've been doing it since 2016, and it started in April, 2016. So it's been 8 years and a month. So it's all about building the momentum. So those, who've been on that trajectory of ascension, of healing, of exploring the consciousness, who are choosing peace, compassion, who are being responsible, right? Who are creating all these beautiful solutions or communities and so on. The time of amplification. I mean, the energies of amplifications are here. So really more and more we are being connected to source, to who we truly are, and to our true divine essence, and live our lives we are meant to live, right, in peace, harmony, unity with our true soul family or galactic family, spiritual family, and so on, here in this physical plane. And we're ascending, right? So those who see other dimensions, I mean, also who work with energy fields, and I've been assigned to military, especially MC, right, under MIC, under DARPA, right? So these energies, to me, more and more crystal clear. We know pretty much who is who, right, on that energy level. Astral, especially the astral plane, there's been lots of stuff happening there, and now it's all transpiring, right? It's sprinkling down, and so many of us can see it also in the physical plane. So many changes. It's the changing of the guards, right? The tables are turning, right? So those who were considered imposters or really horrible, that we need to get rid of, right? And so on. So things are now shifting, changing, and so on, because light is light, love is love, truth is truth, God is God, law is law, and maybe we can go over the law of one. And so I just leave everything, just how everything goes, everything unfolds, right? I had this beautiful, actually, all these birthday wishes, even though I didn't work much this week, and not even this weekend. That's what I wanted to say. Like, I had this 3 meditations, unity meditation with Sandra Walter, and then of course I got all these other texts that there's not much customers at the restaurant, so I just kind of chose just to let it all go, just being in that energies of peace, and just being outside. I got this beautiful plant. What was it? The whirlwind starlight. I'm taking of a plant outside. And then we had a little bit of rain. I did some, of course, Ayurveda cooking, right? I love my basmati or jasmine rice with curry. And there was this interesting vegetable, I forgot the name, peyote or something, and and then of course I love parsnip, right? So I just kind of enjoyed my kind of lifestyle, kind of yoga, Ayurveda. I mean, lots of also chanting, meditation, and so on, and just raising the frequency, vibration. And of course we all need financial support and so on, but I just kind of felt that I just pretty much decided not to go to work just for a couple of hours, right? So I just kind of was soaking in these energies and going deep within, and even watching some movies on, I just have YouTube. I am not on Netflix, nothing like that, but interesting psychological operations going on, American movies, right? 80s, 90s, even with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and you know, all these, we thought like, oh, it's the Hollywood, look at all these you know, movie effects they have. And then I'm just looking at it, and oh my goodness, those are planetary corporations. Those are the whole Nazi kind of faction, Anunnaki Draco faction, here on this planet, with all these kind of interesting terroristic and spy or organizations, right? I mean, if you talk about movies with Arnold Schwarzenegger, who already also has his Nazi DNA, right? So you know what I'm talking about, like the Terminator. And I was never about those kind of movies, but you know, for us it was really like an adventure, and for me, like expansion of consciousness, and seeing like something like that, like a Hollywood. And now it's the CIA, it's the DARPA with all this ET alien technology, right? And just kind of wreaking havoc here on this planet, while people are working, right? They're working hard for their money and paying their bills and paying taxes. And you know, the corporations, or the elite, the power elite, right? They're just coming here with their agendas, implementing their law of reversals, and you know, degrading the planet, or taking resources, and you know, all this indoctrination, and all this over sexuality, right? How they were using the voice modulation back then, you know, in those movies. And these, you know, it has to be good looking, you know, American women, right? And it's all about prostitution and the black magic of blackmailing, and just lying and deceptions, and kind of the military faction, the male, right? The male aspect, the misogyny, the patriarchy, and so on. Like, oh my goodness. So it's just like, wow. It was interesting to watch that. Even another movie, this young lady, she was with this 50-year-old guy who owned a yacht or boat, right? And this kind of obsession. So instead of people meditating, right, if something bothers you, it's all about, you know, smoking, drinking, control, manipulation. It's a propaganda. It's really the movie, right? Television, and it's the programming. That's how kind of people were the subliminal messages, right? That's the only way. And you know, it's instead of go outside and dance and meditate and nature and connect to your inner crystals. So even the Hollywood, right, the movies, is all about like really separating you from who you truly are. And you know, I guess like I've been dealing with the military and this whole recruitment and so on. It's just like horrible abuses and violence on all levels, right? You know, physical, emotional, sexual, mental, and even spiritual, with this whole, you know, kind of AI going through your entire nervous system, central nervous system, right? And it just gets into your cells, into your blood, with all this blood covenant. And you know, you end up in reversals, the Babylonian Empire. You're serving the nation of the serpents, and those guys with all kinds of sex addiction and, you know, emotional trauma and pain body and the shadow self. And then of course they become criminals or terrorists, but it's done through AI, it's done artificially, and it's trauma-based mind control. And you know, I'll be of course well, talking more about it, or maybe writing about it. We had this newsletter from, of course, Lisa Renee, you know, how to overcome fear, and how it really goes really deep, and it's on all levels, not only on that, you know, humanity level, but we do the star seed level, guys. So that's kind of what I want to address, you know, the star seeds in the military, or royalty, with kind of the Enki DNA overlays, or with the Nazi kind of mutation, right? Or where the Nephilims, who represent so-called the Illuminati bloodline. But again, it started with these you know, it's always started with good intentions, being illuminated, right? Secret societies, you know, like they wanted to study also the teachings of Madame Blavatsky, and, you know, other mystics, and the teachings of the Far Eastern masters, okay, Jwal Kul, right, the Tibetan master, and so on. And it's just all got, you know, upside down with this whole black magic, you know, the blood sacrifice. And even it was done to Incas, to Mayan civilization, I mean the Native Americans, right, and so on. Then they were put into reservations because you know, all this drinking and happening. So they're doing it through AI. There's this movie, right, I mean well, they're saying the name Michelle and Barack Obama. To me, Mr. B.O. Has been physically, organically not here since 2012, right? Because he knew that the war needed to end in 2012. So then that's why they use all these clones and so on. So there's this movie, They Leave the World Behind. And again, everything is documented. People want proof, right? They want everything on a piece of paper. It's one way. You want the physical proof. We trace everything energetically, so we have to go to the energies, what is behind all that. We need to go to the causal body. But anyway, there are these people, they do editing program, right? They're very good with the soundtracks. They know the technology behind it, and they just found out that this movie is using they're using infrasonic range. They're using extremely low frequencies, okay, to entrain your brain waves, okay, especially to attack the prefrontal cortex and to put you into kind of psychosis. It even causes incapacitation, disorientation, nausea, vomiting, and even uncontrolled excretion, whether of your feces and urine and so on. Okay, this is all documented. And they even, there's a veteran actually from Navy who are putting everything here. It's called, what is it? Hidden Mind Control Audio Files Found in Netflix Leave the World Behind. So you see more and more people, and there's a patent for it. 1992 US patent. And there's a number behind it. Artificially implant negative emotional states. Yeah, they can do all that. Lisa Renee has been talking about it for a decade, okay? With the agenda of those negative aliens. We're going really to the very, very top. Those are the negative aliens in their non-human form, right? And of course here we see them in a human form, right? Whether, you know, still in a physical form or being what's the word for it, obsessed, possessed, right? Or just being a drone or just a clone, you know. The high-ranking military officer, the planetary corporations, we're dealing with cloning factories. We're dealing with the reverse engineering technology. They can bend space and time, right? The Project Blue Beam or the alien invasion. I mean, it can our brain can register it's something real. At the same time, DARPA is just playing their tricks. It's a black magician's tricks, right? And so that's why being spiritual, and that's why the cleansing, clearing, purification, and the diet and superfood and drinking distilled water and fasting and so on, opening the third eye, having that protection around you in Christ's authority, holding to the Solomon shield, right? The sword of truth, you know, it's a must. Being within your heart, Namaste, right? Doing energy work or martial arts, and you know, for me it's yoga, of course, and just healing yourself constantly 24/7. It's a must, right? Because we are the pillars. Nobody's going to really do the ascension for us. We are the ascension. We are the energy. We are sound, light, frequency, vibration. We are creating our realities, right? And how are we creating our realities? Through our frequency vibrations, through our thought forms, emotions, feelings, of course, deeds and actions. But here, what I want to say, right? Not what you see is what you see, and not everything is how it seems to be. And some of that actions being actually, and you can done through frequency vibration to actually manipulate our actions, to put us into extremely low frequency vibration, the whole slavery, right? While those who are doing it and so-called innocent, and they are running the law of reversals, right? They're abusing and misusing highly advanced technologies, and then they are targeting us, right, or pointing fingers to us, and that I am assassination character, right? And I don't believe in Jesus, and you know, the whole crucifixion, okay, in that Bible, and you know, I talk about the crucifixion implants, guys. Their technology is hundreds years in the future. Okay, that's why we have to come here even 1,000 years in the future, here in this reality, to kind of dissect everything, analyze everything, decipher everything. Everything we need to just go, everything is going to find justice Alpha Omega, no stone unturned, right? And this is a lots of work that is behind it that we do, and vibrationally, but of course physically, right? And of course also going to work, but you know, I got, like I said, I had these beautiful wishes, I got all these presents, right? So there's so much proof like how we are helping humanity, or you know, my co-workers, I mean, they're really hardworking servers, you know, in a restaurant that's been doing pretty good. I guess right now maybe it's a slower season, and of course with all these energies and everything that is transpiring happening, right, you never know. So that's why I'm creating all these videos and just really working on my project as much as possible, and you know, balancing these energies, very important. So you know, everything will be recognized, guys. Truth is truth. And oof, I got interesting now. You know, when I'm talking about this, I'm not supposed to be talking about this movie and what they're doing here. This is a mass satanic ritual. Okay. And so those who are, they're saying, what is it? They're saying a loud, dissonant, high frequency pitch runs for an incredible 1 minute, 14 seconds. And it's accompanied by millisecond long red flashes. And that's like these most intense scenes when a massive oil tanker slams into Long Island, you know. So there's this most inaudible infrasound audio track. Okay, so they have this special effects, and you know, we thought in a movie Hollywood, oh my goodness, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger and you know, and others, of course, right? And it's just, it's real. It's the ET alien technology. It's, you know, with the military grade mind control, the psychotronic weapons, of course, they also use here DEW, right? It's with these bioweapon injections, all these lethal pathogens, everything, guys. In this articles, more and more stuff is being revealed, and you know, is revealed here on that physical plane, right? Because more and more people also get, you know, they're more psychic. Common sense is happening because of the cosmic energies coming online, the new Ascension grid, right? This is all unfolding. This is all set in these extremely high dimensions, right? We're, like I said, we are holding the pillars for the 7 higher heavens here for humanity, I mean, to ascend individually, their own timing, but somebody has to create the blueprint, right? Like you want to build a house, you got to have a blueprint of the house, and you need to know each and every, right, step you want to take, and it has to be with total precision, precision, the outline, right? So this is what's been, you know, is happening, and what's been done by star seeds and you know, the indigo warriors and so on, because yeah, and me, the whole like black magic and the MC and my you know, my soul group, right, they ended up also in those terroristic organizations, like I said, raped, tortured and so on, and then involved in horrible crimes. And you know, when I scan them energetically, some of them, they're beautiful souls, they're highly divine souls, they're my soul group, right, they're my tribe. Some of them are also recognized on the monadic level. That's already, you know, that's your galactic self, that's your oversoul, that's 7, 8 and 9 dimension. And the DARPA is just creating digital avatars out of them. They're totally weaponized, right? So if they're awakening, their soul wants to come back online, they're in these electrostatic bodies with black goo, right? With running the Mediterranean reversals, right? And they're being, looks like they're being tortured even more, and they just don't know what to do. So that's why I have the project, and this is a must, right? The DARPA, the Ashtar Galactic Command, I mean, we are the ground crew, right? We represent the high command. This is a must for me to reconnect with my soul family, my star family here, family in this physical plane, plus, you know, including my children. I don't need to be blackmailed, right? I don't need some kind of nonsense from Mossad, from Zionists, from the Israeli intelligence, and, you know, from the black magicians in DARPA, the fallen angelics, the hybrid Anunnaki, Nazi pleading, Draco faction with the Zeta technology and so on. So, you know, it's all going to divine justice. We're bringing these high frequency, right? So everybody can see it for what it is. The Galactic Codex must be accepted. It's a must. It's under the law of one, right? The cosmic sovereign law. We are bringing the cosmic order, the Emerald Order, Emerald Covenant here back online, and this is how we are rolling, right? Everybody's responsible. Everything is accounted for. The law of one actually is also about the golden rule, implementing the golden rule, the law of cause and effect, right? Because energy moves in a circle of motion. We are not static beings. We're just not some kind of amino acid. We're just not the body, right? Actually, you have this physical body because of all this because of all these, electrons, protons, all these particles, they're vibrating very fast. I mean, those who, especially who meditate, right? But it's in such a dense form that with these 5 elements, or especially 4 elements, right, you're creating this human body form. And it's again through DNA, through consciousness. And here we are expanding our consciousness through etheric DNA, crystallizing our DNA, right? Being on the sun, being in nature, doing the meditation or levitation, bilocation, guys. This is a spacecraft. This is your bioquantum crystalline technology, your body. That's why even though we're dealing with directed energy weapons, right, we're dealing with all these interesting microwave frequency, 5G, 6G, 7G, you know that there is a solution, there is a way. That God is protecting those who are asking for help, who are speaking the truth, who are here on a mission, who are helping others, who are trying to heal themselves, who are asking for questions, right? You know, there is protection. God is God. God, that's, pure love, unconditional love. It's pure energy of all that is. I am that I am. And, all of us, you're human, non-human, ET, alien, visible, invisible, world, and so on. This is for everybody to start learning, our lessons, expanding our consciousness, healing, right? And doing all these corrections, rectification. That's why we're not really, here we're not loved, or we're not much accepted, because it's painful, right, to finally wake up, you're awakened, and then everything that you were told was actually lie. It must be horrible, right? And now we're going quantum. So even all this 3D mainstream science and media and the academia, all this indoctrination, violent or organized religion, right? And even the press, and of course the politicians, the military, and so on, the White House, on these underground military bases there was the Washington DC, everything is being now pretty much revealed, or is coming to the surface, right? More and more light is coming in, so very important to address the darkness. So I'll be also talking about, like I said, overcoming fear. We talk about the soul fragmentation, right? We talk about the negative ego, self-defense mechanism. So we need to embrace it from A to Z, right? And then through 3 hearts meditation and violet flame invocation, 12D shielding, and of course the frequency of the emerald, the aqua ray frequency of the Holy Mother, Divine Mother. We talk about the 13D portal, right? The Mother Arc portal. Will be healing ourselves, and will be transforming these energies, and transforming, transmuting, so we can transcend, ascend, transit to the next octave, harmonic universe number 2, soul connection, conscious expansion. So no more guilt and blame and shame, right? That like we've been all abused, we all been mind control, we all been tricked, we all been deceived. We have all kinds of psychological issues, right, or emotional, mental, or physical, and so on. It's just time to embrace it, acknowledge it. That's how we can then transform it and heal and be above it and start living our lives. Okay, so no more guilt, blame, and shame. That's why also the negative ego needs to be recognized within ourselves, right? The inner shadow, or the shadow work. We are training dark art, so we have to pretty much address everything, right? Or who is dark, or who is negative, or who is white, or who is positive, and so on. We talk about these primal forces in the universe that we need to work with. Okay, and we all been also hybridized, right? All this forced breeding. We have trauma not only from this lifetime, but also from ancient Egypt, or Atlantis or Lemuria, and all these wars that has been actually instigated through AI, and it's all psychological operation. And I talk about the black ops, right? The whole Men in Black and SSP and all these dark projects there in you know, the shadow government and the shadow military, okay? With their highly advanced technologies, and they're abusing and misusing it. So we have the credo for the New Earth jurisdiction, right? And of course I have the project for DARPA for veterans, right? For my soul group and so on. So we are the ground crew, the Ashtar Galactic Command. And you know, with these energies, it's just a matter of time how we're navigating, right? We're responsible, but time to also cooperate and communicate. Very important in this new age, or you know, a consciousness expansion, you know, entering the Aquarius age, which is of course independence, and there's freedom, you know, highly advanced technology, but it's not everything under the law of one. It means everybody's responsible, right? And we're not allowing all this explosion, all this massacre, all this eugenics, all these death camps or gas chambers, right? That's why we're building the community centers with ETs, right? With their highly advanced technology, helping us to heal, to advance our consciousness, and the yoga centers and the meditation centers and Zen gardens, right? Beautiful environment, being in nature and cooking and sacred ceremonies, you know, the fire sacred ceremonies and reciting sacred texts, right? Vedas, Vedanta, and so on. This is what I've been planning, or you know, I've been creating for quite some time, and this is my passion, this is my mission, and you know, to fulfill the divine plan on earth. And we are protected, we are being supported. It's all about taking action. Okay, so yeah, those are the brainwave, those are the, we are all here, and this what is it with the brainwave entrainment frequencies. We all been influence, and all these holograms that are being projected by satellites or above sky, right? But actually has nothing to do with true nature or reality. So here, like I said, we live in computer simulation, right? And so we have to recognize what is true and what is not true, because you know, and this can take time. So take time for yourself. Don't sabotage yourself too much. Don't be so harsh or hard on yourself. I used to be extremely hard and like maybe too much disciplinary and so on. So it's very important just to use gentleness and be patient and so on, just to kind of you know, trust and have faith, right? That's the 5D protocol from Telos, walking those energies of love and faith and trust and grace and gratitude and compassion. Very important. So you know, sorry for some of the disturbances, but it's part of just living here in this 3D. And of course, all the military, right? They're using all kinds of, you know, you know, this what is it? They have like the code names: Cobalt Rain, the Red Dawn. What is the Desert Storm, Black Swan? Did I read that, mention that? You know, they have, you know, they're just, it's all needs to be, I'm sorry, addressed. It needs to be arrested, right? And all these unnatural disasters, right? All this weather modification is pretty much HARP. Based weather warfare attack. Okay, so, and oh, look at this, you know, so everything, guys, this is, what is it, the Department of Defense and NASA, they have coordinated on a Black Book project under the code name Fire Design. You can see all these lasers, all these beams, right? So like I said, everything is documented. Those who are very technical, who are very scientific, and so on. So about hertz, frequency, vibration. So, you know, there's nothing to hide anymore. There's no more secrecy, you know. Everything is being revealed and everything is being deciphered, okay? And so we all here in this together. So we're doing all this work together, right? Equality is very important. We all come from one, so that's why the Emerald Order, right? We all come from source, and equality is very important. I mean, of course, there has to be respect, honor, and dignity, and God's sovereign free boundaries. But this kind of discrimination, whether color, creed, and how you look or don't look, and how much money you have, what kind of car you drive, you know, this is not going to be the thing, you know, the thing, like I said, is going to be the frequency of truth, and your frequency vibration. Your currency is going to be your energy. And like, I live very simply, right? I don't drink, I don't smoke, I'm not on any drugs, I never was involved in some kind of satanic rituals, I never hold a gun, and I was never in some kind of terroristic organizations, even though they wanted to recruit me, right? Because of, you know, the soul connection, or where the star seeds there, and me just kind of doing what I'm supposed to be doing, following my intuition and being strong in my spirituality and morals and virtues, right? And of course, the help that I received from the Ashtar Galactic Command and from the solar Rishis, we were able to overcome and override the consciousness, especially the technology of those negative aliens. And you know, it takes some mastery, so not everybody can do this, okay? And then that's why the newsletters from Lisa Renee helped me to put everything into words, so I can share it with you, with others, and you know, work on the project and create a protocol, right? And so on. So let me end this. I thought that I'm going to have more peace here, and so there's just too much here, too much going on right now, but I'll talk to you next time. Many blessings and namaste. Bye bye.